Hey everyone, this is Patricia Roebuck and I'm excited to share my Fab Five layout with you. Some things I've selected are some ink, the Color Wash and Sentiment Series stamps, Sentiment Series stickers, the Hey Kid ephemera package, and pattern papers in 6x6 and 12x12. I'm not going to use everything here, but these are just some things that I pulled out that I might use. So using only those 5 categories of products, I'm going to start with the ephemera package and take everything out and decide on the color of the layout, the direction it's going to go in based on what I picked from this package. My idea for the design of the layout is to be vertical with strips of pattern papers, but as I'm pulling through this package, I'm pulling out all the numbers, and this is now giving me the inspiration for the rest of the layout. So now I'm going to start playing around with some of the things that I've picked out from that package, and definitely the numbers are going to be a big part of the design. Now I'm going to pick out some pattern papers that would go with the ephemera pieces that I've selected. And the numbers from the package inspired me to print off pictures of my daughter from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So each picture is going to have the number for her age. And so I know that it's going to go up, but I'm not quite sure how the rest of everything is going to work out. So it's a lot of just kind of placing things and deciding if the photos are going to work. The idea in my head was to have the strips of paper off-centered like that in the middle going up and down. But as I'm working through, I realized that there's a lot of photos on here. So I don't want to overcrowd the photos, and I want to make sure that they are the focus. So I'm going to go ahead, and I know that I like these strips that are just kind of off-centered. Gives it a nice layered look. And I'm going to go ahead and just lightly glue and press things into place, and then take the rest of the design and see how it goes. I decided on going ahead and actually stamping on the layout with the color wash stamps. I love these stamps. These are so fun to add a nice little artistic look to your layout without it being too messy. So I'm going to remove some of the photos and go ahead and add some of the stamping. I always use like a little pad. You can see I have that little pad that I had placed underneath. It's a little Amy Tangerine pad from the stitching kits. And it just helps to give a nice even stamp coverage instead of stamping on a bare table. I'm going to go ahead and try to see how I can work in the Sentiment Series stamps. I've never used these before, and you'll see, I'm sorry I'm out of the camera focus there, but I did do a better job later. I hope you can see it anyway. But I used an eraser, and then I just wiped it with the baby wipe, because I have not used these stamps before, and I wanted to make sure I got a nice clean image. And I did. I really liked the way it looked on this pattern paper, and as it dried it even turned a little bit more of an orange color, which was really perfect. Okay, I finally have decided I cannot work with the one photo in that large square size in color. I think that this is going to work better with all of the photos being the same. It's showing a representation of her at each age with the numbers next to it. So now I feel like I'm starting to get the design and the layout to start flowing better. Before I start adding anything else, I want to go ahead, because this is the main focus and theme of the layout now, is for the photo with the numbers next to each one. Now, before I started the layout, my original idea was to use those Sentiment Series stickers as petals for flowers. Now, in the end, it really doesn't look like flowers, but I still went with that general idea, and I really like how it turned out. And now before I add anything else, I'm going to go ahead and add my title, attaching it with my tiny attacher. And then now I can start kind of fiddling and playing with placements of more stamping, more of the ephemera, and bringing the whole design together. In my original idea, I wanted to have more pattern paper, and you could still do that. You could add extra pieces for layering around the photo. You could do some die cutting or some punches. But I really liked how the design was looking. The photos were the focus. It had a lot of movement. So I'm just going to add a few more of the Sentiment Series stamps to kind of go with the rest of the layout and the design. And I don't know if you saw there, again, I did use that eraser because these are brand new stamps I have not used. I just rubbed the eraser over the stamp, and I used a baby wipe and then just kind of dried it with my hand before I stamped. It really gives it a nice clean image without it having that beaded look. So now I'm going to just start fiddling and placing everything and finalizing the layout. I had so much fun putting this layout together. Picking out the 5 products helped it come along fast, and it ended up being a favorite layout and a special layout. So I hope that you're inspired to pull out 5 products and create a special layout of your own. And thank you for watching.